हेलो माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू वन मोर अमेजिंग सेशन फ्रॉम श्री चैतन्य अकेडमी. दिस इज सुरेश. आज हम चर्चा करने वाले हैं पार्ट 2 इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री इन द सीरीज ऑफ CBSE preparation. In this NEET YouTube channel, we are working on CBSE examination preparation. Also, my dear children, please like the session, those who are online, and please share with your friends and subscribe to this Sri Chaitanya Academy NEET YouTube channel. So, without late, I just want to discuss about this part 2 of the electrochemistry. In the part 1, we discussed about the galvanic cell and electrochemical series, and we will be discussing about the thermodynamic aspects of this galvanic cells and electrochemical cells, and will eventually go into the conductance, molar conductance, and specific conductance and everything, right? So, can you all able to hear me? Please confirm and please like this session, share with your friends. Bacho, here electrochemistry carries a very good score, even short answer questions, and you can get a theory oriented. You're going to see very short answer questions, multiple choice questions and all. Why not? Everything. And before we start, I just want to give you electrochemistry ko plan kaise banana. Whenever you prepare for any examination, so it is required to have kind of plan. So that plan make you to great in performance. So plan is the best. We are off done, right? Bacho, here you can see step 1 non-negotiable theory questions and a short recapture about what exactly happened. You must know this perfectly, each and every line from the NCERT here. Electrochemical cell versus electrolytic cell, 2 to 3 differences are there. Delta G का हिसाब से देना पड़ता. And standard electrode potential, standard oxidation potential, standard reduction potential, and Nernst equation, Kohlrausch law and Faraday's laws. This is the overall picture about electrochemistry here, bacho. And also this is a step 1, and step 2 you can see the various formulas, and this is the electrode. E0 cell is equal to E0 cathode minus E0 anode. SRP लेना पड़ता है बेटा. And Nernst equation, EMF of the cell is equal to E0 minus 0.0591 by N log Q, reaction quotient. And you can also see reaction gives free energy change. Delta G is equal to minus NF E0 cell, and conductance का एक है, and molar conductance and Faraday's law. So maximum 6 formulas you have. Total numerical part is based on these 6 formulas only. When it comes to the physical chemistry, you will be having only here and there. So which formula should be used for which numerical. But it is very important to know these are the only formulas, and the derivatives of this you can do it. And I'll tell you how to handle this. Right, bacho? So those students, come on, please like the session and let us go into the details. If you have any doubts during the session, you just take your note in the chat box. So in today's class, I will discuss about various formats of the various concepts present in the electrochemistry, continuation to the yesterday's class. If you miss anything, please watch the yesterday's recording, and you have any doubts, you please present here. आज ए session में question कैसा आ सकता है, and how to attack the question. Mind it, your NEET examination, whatever you are writing CBSE now, it is a descriptive oriented question. That's very important. If it is a NEET examination, if you understand the question, if you understand how to solve it, you solve it and you check whether 4 options is matching or not, and you can precisely give the answer. That is one way of answering, and you have habituated with that. But when it comes to the CBSE, if you solve a numerical, if you write some reasoning question, it is important to write a proper descriptive oriented answer, right? So when you write the description, the answer is supposed to be rule number 1, crisp and clear, है ना? And when you write it na, paper examiner, paper evaluator loves the language that is present in the NCERT. Try to use that language, right? That's a very good important aspect I want to say. Moving ahead, step 3, numerical based. At least you have to practice 5 to 10, 6 to 10 numericals per day, bacho. And you see, boards love numericals from, so these 5 aspects: EMF of the cell by using direct Nernst equation formula application, and also molar conductivity at infinite dilution. So limiting molar conductivity and degree of dissociation alpha using molar conductivity, and Faraday's laws, mass deposited or gas evolved during the Faraday's first law or second law applications, and calculate delta G and cell potential values from Nernst equation again. So these are the 5 areas you are going to get numerical based questions, right bachcho? So I want to say hello bachcho, and you say one thumbs up and fire emoji in the chat box so that we can start the concept directly. That's good, perfect. Bachcho, now I want to give you some tips to extract marks from the CBSE examination paper. NCERT line, each line in the NCERT is freebies to give the marks, and marks is in your pocket. Don't leave the marks on the table, right? Fantastic. So read these sections carefully. The sign conversion of electrode potential, that's very important. Why conductivity decreases with dilution. And you see the fuel cells, lead acid battery equations, and corrosion and electrochemical setup. So underline key lines in the NCERT, examiner love textbook language. That is the mantra. सब लोग ये मंत्र फॉलो करना हर सब्जेक्ट के लिए, not only chemistry. So this is the line is very important, right? So take a pen and pencil and underline with a pencil. Don't use color pens. Color pen इस्तेमाल करना मना है बेटा. So underline a particular definition is coming, a technical term is coming by using a pencil. That's it. Write a nice way as if you are a grade 9 or 10 student in the examination. Be decent and you can do it well. All the best. So promise सब लोग 70 out of 70. Right? मिलेगा? Yes, chemistry पक्का मिलेगा. So when you just go for anywhere, your grade 12 marks is going to be very important. सेकेंडरी एग्जामिनेशन में कितना मिला, परसेंटाइल. सीनियर सेकेंडरी एग्जामिनेशन में कितना मिला, परसेंटाइल. सब दिखाने वाला है. ओके, सो इफ यू गेट अ नीट एग्जामिनेशन रैंक, so you will be having only admission into the medical college. Nobody bother if you become a good doctor. So nobody will come to you based on your NEET score. Patient will come to you based on your approach, based on your treatment. So but to make into a career perspective, your benchmarks like how much percentile you got in grade 10 and how much percentile you got in grade 12 is going to be accountable. Say an example, you are going for abroad and you applied for visa. They will see these marks, not NEET marks, no? So anyways, NEET marks is also so valuable. It is more than a crore rupees worth, because we are going to enter into the dream medical college. We are here to help you to get into the dream medical college, definitely bachcho. And for this, it is one of the opportunity. मैं क्या बोलना चाहता हूं, अगर आप एनसीईआरटी लाइन बाय लाइन में आप पक्का है, कॉन्फिडेंट है, 50 to 60% ऑफ द नीट पेपर यू कैन हैंडल इट. कैन यू बिलीव इट? जो भी सब्जेक्ट है. एंड यू जस्ट सी, जनवरी सेशन में जेई एग्जामिनेशन हुआ था, वहां पर भी जेई एग्जामिनेशन में एनसीईआरटी बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आर देयर, बट पेपर इज डिफिकल्ट. Similarly, the same warning you have to carry forward for your NEET examination. NEET examination is also definitely, I wanted to tell you, it is from NCERT, but the multiple concepts will be given in a single point of question. Right, beta? So, let us see. Now, let us go into the detail. Cell potential EMF. Cell potential EMF. So E naught cell is equal to E naught of cathode minus E naught of anode, right? That's perfect. So oxidation potential लेना है, reduction potential लेना है, they both confuse का चीज है. So don't confuse. NEET में आता है ऐसे confusion, but CBSE में ऐसे confusion बिल्कुल है नहीं. सिर्फ SRP वैल्यू इस्तेमाल करना, देने वालों को भी SRP वैल्यू दे सकता है. NCERT स्टैंडर्ड का हिसाब से एंड IUPAC स्टैंडर्ड का हिसाब से. So everybody don't bother and don't worry about the given value is SRP or SOP. If you have a doubt, you just want to say here zinc 2 place and zinc. Some value is given. Somebody please tell me this value is SRP value or SOP value. Somebody tell me this value is SRP value or SOP value. I want you to just join in the chat box, and it is a live interactive session. Please talk to us and let us raise our knowledge from YouTube channel. So I will give you a simple trick, bacho. Here you can see here, this is a zinc 2 plus is converted to zinc, gain of electron, so it's a reduction. So a reduction process ko jo value diya, it is going to be SRP value, right? It is going to be SRP value, standard reduction potential value. Simple trick. अगर मैं ऐसे दिखाना चाहता हूं, so E naught of copper to copper 2 plus and it is going to be minus 0.34, and could you tell me what is this process? Could you tell me what is this process? अरे copper 2 plus बन गया, copper loses 2 electrons. So loss of electron is an oxidation. So जो value है oxidation process के लिए, so this is called SOP value. Okay, anyways we focus here SRP value. So SRP value के हिसाब से E naught cell is equal to E naught cathode minus E naught anode. So अगर E naught value, हमको क्या बोलना चाहता हूँ, E naught value 0 होगा तो system cell reaction is going to be at equilibrium, and E naught value positive होगा तो cell galvanic cell तरीका इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. Delta G value is going to be negative and the process is going to be spontaneous, and is vice versa. So the magnitude of the cell potential is a measure of a driving force of the reaction. So the larger the value of cell potential and the farther is the reaction to reach the equilibrium beta. So अगर कुछ doubt है ना, जल्दी बोलो बच्चों. Right, now moving ahead, cell potential, you have E naught cell is equal to SRP value of reduced substance minus SRP value of oxidized substance. Reduced substance means this is a cathode, oxidized substance means this is anode. You know, so that is the difference. Now let us talk about thermodynamics of the galvanic cell or electrochemical cell. EMF is referred to the rigor which the cell walks, right? And Gibbs free energy change and cell potential, ये दोनों का क्या चीज है? How delta G related to the spontaneity? अगर delta G, what is delta G? It is the useful work. It is the energy that is used for the work. The free energy change, thermochemical quantity and the cell potential measuring the driving force together. That is given as here. Before going for that, I want to say what is a unit of Faraday. Faraday is defined as the charge carried by 1 mole of electrons. So this is 1.6 into 10 raised minus 19 coulombs is the charge on 1 electron, and 6 into 10 raised 23 is the 1 mole. So on solving 96487 coulombs will come, that is called as a Faraday unit. बच्चों a Faraday unit examination में 96,500 आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. Fine. It is simple and easy to put in the numericals, na? Instead of 96487. Clear beta? That's good. Now let us see. So the cell potential and Gibbs free energy change is related as delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught cell. N is the number of electrons that are involved in the electrochemical redox change, and F is the Faraday charge 96500, and E naught is the cell potential. And based on this, now you will be having a very good number of numericals. And of course, E naught is an intensive property. So you can't add these values. While delta G value is extensive property, you can add it. So intensive property thermodynamics में mass independent है. अरे बेटा, you are preparing for your CBS examinations. But the glimpse I am giving here that directly can help you in NEET examination, right? So on multiplying a dividing cell reaction by any number, standard electrode potential value would not change. Okay, but you can say it is, let us say here half cell reactions, so standard electrode potentials. Half cell reaction Fe3 plus to Fe2 plus is given as X. I mean to say, in a simplified version, Fe3 plus is converted into Fe2 plus is converted into Fe, right? Here the electrode potential E naught is equal to said to be X. Fe2 plus to Fe is going to be E naught value is supposed to be Y. You will be asked to calculate this value, E naught value kitna hoga. This is a very, very, very important numerical that you are going to see. So let's say here N1 value is going to be here, number of electrons only 1, here N2 value is going to be number of electrons is going to be 2, N3 value is going to be number of electrons 3. That's what I want to say. Delta G3 is equal to delta G1 plus delta G02, right? Mean to say minus N F E naught 3 minus N F E naught 1 plus minus N F E naught 2. So that is the same way it could be given in the terms of X and Y. It could be given some values, you can directly put that value, you can get that answer like this. Minus N of E naught 1 plus minus N of E naught 2 is equal to minus N of E naught 3. Fine beta? And I want to say, if you use this delta G naught 3 is equal to delta G naught 1 plus delta G naught 2, I am telling you based on this particular formula, फिलहाल जो भी competitive examinations है, CBS examinations में, based on this several times the questions has been asked, right? Now delta G is a state function, so you can see delta G naught 3 and that delta G naught 3 is equal to minus N3 F E naught 3, and from here E naught 3 value can be calculated by N1 E naught 1 plus N2 E naught 2 by 3 because 3 electrons are used. Putting at that, its value is 1 into X plus 2 into Y by 3. So X plus 2Y by 3 is the answer for this question. If the X and Y values are given, you can give the direct answer. So this is a very, very important model, right? I wanted to say, so E naught 3 is equal to E naught 1 plus E naught 2, and you cannot use this formula, rather you can use delta G naught 3 is equal to delta G naught 1 plus delta G naught 2, right? You are allowed to use this formula, but you don't use this formula. Are you getting or not? Clear, bachcho? Okay, now moving ahead. So if copper is given, this is a previous CBSE question beta. Copper 2 plus 2 copper 0.33 is given, values are given. Copper plus 2 copper 2 plus minus 0.153 is given. You are asked to get copper plus 2 copper. Use the same phenomenal thing and you can get the answer. So can I expect answer in the chat box? Bacho, will you do or you want me to do? There is a deal between you and me. Will you do or you want me to do? So without time delay, let us go ahead with this. So first option is given, copper 2 plus 2 electrons are taken, otherwise you can say copper 2 plus gives rise copper plus and gives rise copper, right? So copper 2 plus 2 copper, it is given as 0.33, and copper 2 plus 2 copper, it is going to be plus 0.153, because copper 2 plus 2 copper I wanted to say. Then you are asked to get copper plus 2 copper, इसका value कितना होगा? Whenever you change the direction, it is going to be, hi Kushi, you are going to change the sign, isn't it? Now it is going to be N1 value कितना होगा? N1 value is going to be 1, N2 value is going to be 2, and N3 value is going to be 2, here it is going to be 1. Right? Yeah, what is the answer? You tell me. And put that in the same way. Put that in the same way. You are going to get N3FE03 is equal to N1FE01 plus N2FE02, because delta G03 plus delta G01 plus delta G02, right? So you have the N1, N2, N3 values, बच्चों. Put that, E3 value is going to be, इस values दे दिया ना, so 0.521 is the answer for this question. Simple, the answer is given in 3 steps. If you have doubts, so please let me know. Waiting for your doubts. Kushi, fine. Those students who are online, please like the session. Please like the session. So if you click the like button, I can visualize that, so session का जोश बढ़ जाता. Now moving ahead here, electrochemical series and activity series, very, very, very important. Electrochemical series and activity series. So observation of the electrochemical series. Do you have to by heart the electrochemical series? Of course, no. You can't measure the standard single electrode potential. But by taking the hydrogen, normal hydrogen electrode potential, you can calculate the difference between these two. Hydrogen electron is taken as 0. Right? So in the electrochemical series is also referred as activity series. Electrode potential values are written in a tabular form in increasing order. And when you see this electrochemical cell, you are going to see something looks like this. In this way, by reference of the hydrogen, with reference of hydrogen, hydrogen कहाँ पर है? यहाँ पर है. Right? Applications of electrochemical series is going to be super important. All the values above this is going to be positive, all the value below this is going to be negative. So I mean to say the fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent. Fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent. So here it is a fluorine. Fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent. Then you see the lithium, so is going to be the strongest reducing agent. Fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent in the entire chemistry, and lithium is the strongest reducing agent in the entire chemistry. So when you move from here to here, oxidizing power increases. When you move from here to here, reducing power increases. Reducing power increases. Now it is a stronger oxidizing agent, it is a weaker oxidizing agent. It is a stronger reducing agent, it is a weaker reducing agent. It could be extreme to extreme. You can compare any two respective to this, anything two. So you take these two. So Ag and silver, silver and iron. Iron is down here and silver is above there. Now you can say the outcomes. So electrochemical series and activity series applications, 4 applications are there directly I wanted to give you. Right, beta? Fine. So relative oxidizing and reducing abilities of the elements can be compared. Zinc copper system, copper plus 3.4, 0.34, zinc minus 0.76. So copper has good oxidizing power as compared to zinc. So oxidizing power is directly proportional to the standard reduction potential value. You can say this, right? And also, and I will say here, metal placed lower in the series can displace all the elements above in the series from their salt solution. Examples you can say, copper sulfate and zinc can react and to form copper and zinc sulfate. So zinc sulfate, you take zinc sulfate and copper, so no reaction. There is a logical question like, can you store zinc sulfate in copper? Copper vessel, yes, you can store, but you cannot store copper sulfate in a zinc vessel because the reaction is going to be spontaneous, isn't it? Clear, bacho? So based on this particular application, you are going to get an examination question from the CBSE paper. And also, bacho, here it helps to construct a galvanic cell. If you take any 2 electrodes, which can be a cathode, which can be anode. So mathematically bigger SRP value can act as a cathode and vice versa. And similarly, polarity, whenever cathode and anode is there, so anode is going to be negatively charged in the galvanic cell, cathode is going to be positively charged in the galvanic cell, right, beta? And spontaneity. If you construct a galvanic cell, if E0 cell is positive, the reaction is going to be spontaneous. Cell work as a galvanic cell. So that spontaneity is also explained on the basis of electrochemical series. And also you can see here Nernst equation, that's a very important Nernst equation. When a metal is placed in its aqueous solution salt, it experiences some potential. And this potential depends on various conditions, and these are the conditions you can say from this Nernst equation. You can say various concentrations, you can calculate the cell potential. Delta G is equal to delta G naught plus RT ln Q. This is the thermodynamic version of the Nernst equation. Ln Q, Q is the reaction quotient. Okay, Q is the reaction quotient. And from there you can say for a reaction A, B, C, D is given. A plus B gives a C plus D, right? And you can say activity is given as molar concentrations of the products upon molar concentrations of the reactant. You can say zinc plus copper 2 plus gives rise a copper plus zinc 2 plus. So Q can be given as zinc 2 plus concentration and copper 2 plus concentration. Are you getting or not, bacho? Clear? Any doubt? So directly you put, if the system is at equilibrium, Q is going to be Kc. So you can say EMF or E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.0. You can directly write this because R value we know that, T value 298, F is 96,500. Okay. So Pooja Yadav, good afternoon, and EMF for the E cell is given as E naught cell minus 0.0591 by N and log Q. If the reaction at equilibrium, Q is going to be Kc. Okay, Pooja Yadav, any doubt? You just ask us, and that is given as for at equilibrium. This is a situation. At equilibrium, EMF is going to be 0 and QC is going to be Kc. Okay, from there you can calculate E naught cell. you can calculate Kc as well, right? Manish, hello everyone. कोई है? हम है ना, आप बात कर सकते हैं. Now you can see here 0 is equal for our galvanic cell E naught cell minus 0.0591 by n log Kc. So at equilibrium. So log Kc you can calculate it. Okay. Now the other way, log Kc is equal to n by 0.0591 by E naught cell. This is a very important. Directly you can use this formula, can solve the questions from the NCERT. This is very important formula. Everybody just take a screenshot of this formula. 3, 2, 1, click it. Click it. Right. कोई है? हाँ है. Now we can see in the Nernst equation for a metal, it could be a zinc 2 plus, or copper 2 plus. This is the generic equation I wanted to say. Okay, it is for single electrode potential. It could be a cathodic or it could be anodic, beta, right? So these are all the various versions of the writing Nernst equation. एक ही चीज का है. It is changing from Mn plus to M. N is the number of electrons. And I want to say Nernst equation for different types of electrodes on half cells. If it is for hydrogen, hydrogen ionizes to gives us H plus and 2 electrons at the equilibrium for normal hydrogen electrode. Okay, Pooja. And E naught cell of a hydrogen is equal to E naught cell of the hydrogen E naught, it is value is going to be 0, 0.0591 by N. So the concentration of hydrogen and the partial pressure of hydrogen. So the potential depends on the pressure of the hydrogen gas and the concentration of the hydrogen plus ions. Sometimes pH will be given. Let us say pH is given 10. H plus इसका कितना होगा? pH is equal to negative logarithm to the base 10 of H plus ion concentration. So that H plus ion concentration आपका आ सकता है 10 to the power minus pH. So इसका H plus ion concentration आ गया आपका 10 to the power of minus 10. Directly you can put it here and you can solve it. The electrode potential, calculate the cell potential of a cell constructed in a solution whose pH is 10. NCERT the question is given. Fine. And also you can see Nernst equation for different types. The same thing we have seen. Okay. Here chromium 3 plus 2 chromium minus 0.72. Iron 2 plus 2 iron is going to be minus 0.42. The potential cell of this. So 0.1 molar का दे दिया and it is going to be 0.01 molar का दे दिया. How to solve these options are also given. Let it be this question. Very much thank you sir, इतना अच्छा से समझ गया. Thank you Pooja Yadav, please, thank you, and share this session with your friends. So after this session you can watch the recording. This is connected to the yesterday's class. Every day my class will be there at 1:30 Indian Standard Time till your CBSE examination. All the chapters from CBSE level syllabus will be covered along with the questions I am going to do you. Okay. Now, if you solve, if you want to get this, okay, let me know a question, the same one here, okay. This is a 2025 question beta, 2025 question. It is a CBSE पेपर में 2025 पेपर में स्क्रीनशॉट निकाल के आपको दे दिया. How to solve this question? I want to know. So SN4 plus to SN2 plus couple is 0.15, and for that chromium 3 plus 2, this one is minus 0.74. If two couple are then the standard states are connected to the make a cell. what is the cell potential. So we know that E naught cell is asked, right? I want to say E naught cell is asked, right? Right? So how to calculate? E naught cell is going to be E naught cell of cathode minus E naught cell of anode, है ना? Comfortable, right? Now ये दोनों वैल्यूज में कौन सा एनोड होगा, कौन सा कैथोड होगा? That is my question. Who will tell how to identify? So this is a SRP value because +4 to +2, gain of electron is reduction, so it is a reduction potential value. Now Cr3 + 2 Cr, 3 electrons they gained, so it is also SRP value. So mathematically bigger value of SRP is a cathode, that is a tick. Everybody take a note. So in this, your time is so valuable, my time is also valuable. I am giving you simple trick. Mathematically bigger SRP value is cathode. Yes. Who is having the bigger value? Mathematically कौन सा bigger value? ये value है. So I want to say this one is going to be plus 0.15 minus 0.74. Okay, and your answer is going to be 1.19 volt will come. So my answer for this question is going to be answer A. Got it? Simple. This is a multiple choice question given in the previous CBSE 2025. Right beta? हाँ, और एक चीज है, this is a very important. This is a very important. Who will give the answer? Chat box. I want to see chat box to be active here. Chat box to be active here. Now X and Y values are given. X ka, Y ka. So iron ka value is given. So I want to predict which is better for coating the surface of iron to prevent corrosion. So कल मेरा मराठी पेपर है. So all the best. So you are from Madhya Pradesh and you are attending Marathi paper. How? All the best. Anuj Gope, love from Madhya Pradesh. He is the one attending my classes since a long time in the NEET YouTube channel. And कभी कभी मस्ती भी करते हैं क्लास में. Okay, in the examination, keep your mind in cool state. So turbulence में जाता है. Right? Okay, but so here iron is oxidizing to gives rise iron 2+. That is the resting का problem. So anyone which is more electropositive than this can be used as a protector for coating. So Marathi is your mother tongue. Okay, God bless you, beta. I respect your mother tongue and all the best for your examination. So the smaller, mathematically smaller SRP value is going to be the more electropositive element. So I would like suggest minus 2.36 volt containing X metal is used as a protecting. So that is the answer, right? Clear? And और एक चीज है, you can try it one so that we can go into the conductivity. This is also 2025 CBSE paper. I am telling you in the CBSE paper same questions, previous year questions से repeat करना मना है, but the same models will be repeated, right? Now moving ahead, conductivity, time बहुत कम है, जल्दी जल्दी करना. नीट का पेपर लीक हो गया, अरे बेटा. So if I indulge in your discussion in that way in this YouTube channel, it's a crime. So lead paper is not leaked, it will not be leaked. So let us not discuss that type of sensitive things, right? So it is a crime to discuss a kind of substance stuff. Okay, so in the social media you have to maintain the dignity also. So my dear children, you are all preparing for your NEET examination, you are all preparing for your CBS examination. All the best. So we trust our students, we trust National Testing Agency, so they are maintaining the decorum, right? So resistance, electrical conductors. So you have two types of conductors. The substance which allows the passage of current through it is called as a conductor. It is of two types: electronic conductor, electrolytic conductor. Electronic conductor is a metal wire. Electrolytic conductor is a conductor of electrolytic solution. Okay, so I don't want to take the total discussion here, and it takes some time. Directly I'll go into the resistivity. Rho is equal to RA by L. Okay, and inverse of the resistivity is going to be conductivity, and that conductivity is given as G is going to be 1 by R. Putting that is going to be G is going to be A by L rho. So that inverse of the resistance is known as a conductance. And moving ahead here, bacho, and units of conductance: Siemens or mho or ohm inverse. SI units you use Siemens. So that is G is equal to 1 by rho into A by L. So G is equal to K into A by L. K is called conductivity or specific conductance, you can say, right? And A by L, you can say that is a cell constant. So you can say G star, right? So these are all the formulas. Just a short of recapture, but your time is very less, so that I don't want to give more emphasis. So K, it is called specific conductivity. The conductivity offered by 1 centimeter cube of electrolyte is called as a specific conductivity, or conductivity measured between two electrodes of 1 centimeter square area separated by 1 centimeter apart. That is also one other way to say that. So in that way you can say G star is equal to L A by R, right? So G star is equal to RK. So a cell constant is usually determined by measurement of a cell resistance and containing the solution of known conductivity. Generally KCl solution is used for that. Okay, moving ahead here, conductivity of ionic solutions. Okay, conductivity of solutions of different electrolytes. Okay, so in the same solvent at a given temperature depends on various factors. Nature of electrolyte, and you can say this is nature of charge and size of the ions. So these points are very important, bacha. And concentration of the ions, and ease with which the ions move under a potential gradient, and it becomes molar conductivity is going to be the more convenience way. I want to talk about the molar conductance. It is the Greek lambda. It is the conductivity offered by all ions present in a 1 mole per liter of the electrolyte. And directly formula में बनाना चाहता हूँ. Yes, it is going to be, yes, molar conductivity. It is given as molar conductivity is given as specific conductivity into 1000 by molarity. एक ही फॉर्मूला है, इतना खास बात नहीं है. So Siemens centimeter square mole inverse is the unit. My dear children, whenever you are solving some question, never forget you should give the unit at the end of the answer. Otherwise half marks will be deducted. CBS examination में ख्याल में रखो. and I want to say interconversion, 1 Siemens meter square mole inverse is going to be 10 power 4 Siemens centimeter square mole inverse, right? So Siemens centimeter square से आप a conversion कर सकते हैं क्योंकि some questions based in the NCERT directly given from the SI units. Okay, so effect of concentration change, molar conductivity, effect of concentration change. So you have conductivity and the molar conductivity you have. So if concentration is decreased, on dilution increases, conductivity decreased. Dilution increases, conductivity K value decreases. Here dilution increases, molar conductivity increases. So various reasons are there. I want to give you Debye-Huckel rule, and you have variation of molar conductance with concentrations, right? So it could be a strong electrolyte or it could be with weak electrolyte. It has two different versions. Fine, beta. So coming to this, a strong electrolyte. So the variation of molar conductivity of a strong electrolyte. Abhi Madhya Pradesh aaya. So it increases slowly with dilution because extent of ionization is not happening here, and the root to concentration you are going to see for the potassium chloride like this. It's a straight line. A strong electrolyte is mostly ionized state, no abrupt change in the number of ions with dilution. So interionic distance decrease, intermolecular force decreases as concentration becomes 0. So this is called limiting molar conductance. This is called limiting molar conductance. The conductivity, molar conductivity measured at infinite dilution is called as limiting molar conductance. So here for a weak electrolyte, you can see Debye-Huckel rule का हिसाब से y is equal to mx plus c. You are going to hit a straight line. You can say root to concentration and molar conductance. You are going to get a straight line like this, and this is an intercept. You are going to see molar, limiting molar conductance, है ना? And now you are going to see the graph. It's a straight line and slope is going to be minus a. And talking about the, yes, I explained this, and these are the various plots that you can see this. If it is a weak electrolyte, and the graph you can see there is a steady increase on dilution. Root C stands for concentration, the molarity. When you add water, dilution is done. So as dilution means, I want to say like this, as concentration is increased, as dilution is increased, right? Now variation for the weak electrolyte, that is important. So now Mr. Kohlrausch will come. So here at higher concentration, weak electrolytes like acetic acid have lower degree of ionization alpha. With the dilution of ionic solution, the degree of ionization alpha increases. So number of ions number increases. So there is a sudden increase in the molar conductance. So I am going to say molar conductance root C for acetic acid comes like this, CH3COOH. The graph is given, there is a sudden increase, बच्चों समझ में आ रही क्या? Now that is increased like this. So there is a steep increase, not a gradual increase. So the curve of a weak electrolyte, rectangular hyperbola, does not intercept with y-axis. We don't know where it is going to intercept. Pawan. Okay, now let us say limiting molar conductivity of an ionic electrolyte can be represented as sum of the individual contributions of the anion and cation. That is called Kohlrausch law of independent ionic migration. When you ionize a particular electrolyte by adding water, it is going to be dissociate. More water, more dissociation. So when you add more and more, So infinite dilution happens when the ionization is completed. So each ion migrates independently and contributes to the total molar conductivity. That is called Kohlrausch law of independent ionic migration. Right? So mathematically molar conductivity of this is equal to sum of the ionic mobilities of the constituent ions, like sodium chloride ionic is equal to ionic mobility of sodium plus and Cl minus. Right beta? Any doubt? Similarly, for AXBY, let us say calcium chloride bhi ho sakta. Calcium chloride molar conductance is equal to calcium 2 plus ionic mobility plus Cl minus ionic mobility multiplied with 2 because 2 chlorine ions are there. Similarly, for Al2SO4, molar conductivity of Al2SO4 thrice is equal to 2 into ionic mobility of Al3 plus and 3 into ionic mobility of sulfate ions. Direct questions are there from the CBSE textbook, you can do it. Understand? Clear? Fine. Now, so to calculate applications of Kohlrausch law, it is very quick. I will finish this in a quick manner better. So it is used to calculate limiting molar conductivity of a weak electrolyte like acetic acid and ammonium hydroxide. You can take the ionic mobilities values from the strong electrolyte and molar conductivity value of strong electrolytes can be graphically obtained from the strong electrolyte वाले के ये पकड़ के ये weak electrolyte वाला कर सकते हैं. Now let us consider acetic acid. Acetic acid molar conductivity is equal to acetate ion and H plus ion, right? So इसका value जो है ना, you can get it from sodium acetate, you can get it from HCl, right? From, you can say acetic acid is going to be acetate plus HU plus, right? Similarly, HCl is going to be HU plus and Cl minus. NaCl going to be Na plus and Cl minus. Sodium acetate, acetate and sodium plus, right? Why did Sri Chaitanya bought the Channa infinity line NEET? Infinity line. Okay, Thakur Prakar. We are here to give you subject and the help and the directions from all aspects, okay? So with various labels, so it is for anything for the students' benefit, okay? Let us discuss about the context only, not about the other things. When you say Na plus काटना है, Cl minus काटना है, ताकि आपका acetate ion and H plus ion बचेगा. Okay, now taking about this Hu plus and acetate ion is going to HCl plus sodium acetate minus करना है NaCl को. Therefore, you are going to get molar conductivity, limiting molar conductivity of acetic acid is equal to limiting molar conductivity of HCl plus limiting molar conductivity of sodium acetate minus limiting molar conductivity of NaCl, right? Thakur, अगर कुछ डाउट है ना तो बोलना. And this is a super important formula. You need not have to derive this in the examination. Just I want to explain and you can directly use it. Directly use it. In the NCERT, CH3COO minus is abbreviated as ACO minus. CH3COOH is abbreviated as ACOH. And CH3COONA is abbreviated as ACONA. This is AC stands for acetate. Understand? Similarly, sodium hydroxide also you can do. It is also used to determine the degree of ionization. So degree of ionization can be calculated as limiting molar conductivity, okay, at a given concentration by limiting upon limiting molar conductivity. C stands for at a given concentration molar conductivity. At 0 means it is infinite dilation molar conductivity. Okay beta? Thakur, Directly you can use this. Yes, that is given as molar conductivity at a given concentration C and molar conductivity at infinite dilution. Got it? Clear? And also you have equivalent conductivity, you can use this. And based on this we can calculate Ka. Oswald लॉ का हिसाब से Ka is equal to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. You can directly put that. अल्फा वैल्यू निकलेंगे तो आपको डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला यही मिलेगा, C infinite molar conductivity square upon limiting molar conductivity of limiting molar conductivity minus molar conductivity, that is given as Ka. Based on that questions, you may not have that emphasis, but it is required. Fine. Any doubt? I want you to just take a screenshot of this. I want you to get a screenshot of this. 3, 2, 1. It's a very important. And these are the applications of the Kohlrausch law. And when you just open NCERT textbook, if you have a question from the CBSE examination paper, you will be having a question directly from specific conductance, calculation of molar conductance or degree of ionization bus, or Nernst equation. From the Nernst equation directly you can calculate EMF, and also if pH is given, electrode potential of hydrogen electrode will be calculated, and also you can ask it to calculate the various formats of the cell potentials, and also theory oriented questions definitely will come from this galvanic cell. Okay, salt bridge का role का भी एक है. IUPAC representation of galvanic cell is also one important aspect. Okay, are you getting or not? And you can get a question from the Faraday's first law, Faraday's second law also. Reasoning questions are very important. So you can expect both reasoning question as well as numerical questions based on this. Now we are done with most of the content that is there in the NCERT, and we'll meet tomorrow with chemical kinetics. If you have any specific doubt to be discussed, please let us know in the comment box so that I'll get a content and I'll get it and get back to you. So, love you my dear students, all the best for your examination. If you have any doubts, please let us know. Those students who are online, please like this session, share with your friends, subscribe to Sri Chaitanya Academy NEET YouTube channel, and I am done for today. Signing off, Suresh, Faculty of Chemistry. Thank you very much. Thank you.